It's November 2010. 3 tiny jaguar cubs are discovered abandoned in the forest in central Brazil. They're 15 days old and have just become orphans. Their mother was shot because she was preying on cattle to feed her young. Without their mother's milk and protection, jaguar cubs are completely helpless, and hundreds of orphan cubs starve to death each year. But these 3 cubs are the lucky ones. A cowboy handed them in to officials, and they've been given a second chance. They've been taken in by a family of jaguar biologists and trained over a 2-year period for release back in the wild. In the first living experiment of its kind, the 3 cubs develop the skills they'll need to survive: tree climbing, swimming, and hunting. But the most important lesson they have to learn is to avoid cowboys and their guns. Can the jaguar mother's bond be replaced by a person, and what are the consequences? Can 3 orphan jaguars be taught by people to survive in a hostile world? Over the last 10 years, Ana and Leandro Silveira have turned their home in central Brazil into an orphanage for rescued animals.
Ei! Tá assustada, minha filha? Tá assustada? Ei, tá assustada.
With their 6-year-old son, Tiago, they look after a whole menagerie of wildlife. But their real passion in life is the jaguar. Leandro has studied jaguars for over 20 years and is one of the world's leading experts. But usually he only gets to see them up close when they're dead. So when the call came in to see if he and Ana would take in 3 orphan jaguar cubs, they just couldn't say no. Leandro and Ana may be jaguar experts, but they've never raised orphan cubs before. It was to become a huge and life-changing commitment.
These 3 cubs came to us at around 15 days old, and they were already dehydrated. One had diarrhea, and I don't think they would last 2 days out in the wild. They are at an age that they get fed 3-4 times a day.
I had a big challenge because we're 3 baby, and I need to be a kind of mother during the day and during the night. Tiago, my boy, helped me a lot. He understood and liked to help us to give milk and clean the babies. And we learned together, me, Leandro, Tiago, and the cubs.
It's a species that we are dedicating our life to work with, and 3 orphans, it's something that really touches you right in the heart, because they're gonna die if you don't do something now. The experience of having 3 cubs so young, it was something that we'll never forget, and I'm sure my son will never forget. It's hard to be just a scientist. We're humans, and you feel like, hugging them and kissing all day. And for us, it was just a magical time.
The orphan's mother was the latest victim in a tragic conflict that's taking place across Brazil. The Jaguars' forest home has been cleared to make way for cattle pasture and crops. If jaguars prey on cattle to feed their young, they're shot or silently poisoned.
Look at the drama of their life. I mean, it's a real drama of the species. Many, many mothers are being killed. Many, many cubs are starving, missing their mother. And that's happening in a range, geographic range, much larger than we thought 10 years ago.
Without their mother, the 3 cubs must now rely on Leandro and Anna to help them return to where they belong. It's May 2011, and Leandro and Anna